Instead of sending out the bat signal, you sent out the rap signal. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. The Shiz-Nit talent going live on YouTube. Who else out the gutter survive like we do? It is what it is, and it's all it's gonna be. So go and bring your talent and send it to Miss C. Blue Rag, the C-Lo Beast, the guy heat. We live every night, tune in and take a seat. All we doing is looking for talent. If that's a challenge, sing, rap, bring that. It's all about a balance. Comedians gotta be funny. Had me laughing and gasping and holding my tummy. At last we can pass him and get to the money. Nobody wanna be broke though, looking bummy. The general finna go viral. Let me make sure I tune in wherever I go. Thanks to the internet, you can hear in Chicago. Overseas, all the G's, they can feel me. That's right, y'all. The Shiz-Nit talent on YouTube. Hosted by Blue Rag, Miss C-Note, and Steve-O Beats. Bring your talent, y'all. Music review Mondays. Talent turn up Tuesdays. Greatness on display Wednesdays. Push the line of respect on Thursday. Singers, rappers, comedians, anything you do. Don't forget, Instagram and Facebook too. It's DJ Slim, y'all. Signing out. The Shiz-Nit talent.
What up, what up?
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Shiz-Nit Talent TV. And we have Maurice Darnell Ager in the house. Former professional basketball player, professional producer, Grammy nominated. So, you know, you wear a lot of hats. So introduce yourself and introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
What's up, y'all, man? My name is Ager from Detroit, Michigan. And first and foremost, man, thanks for having me on the show, man. It's a pleasure being here.
Oh, absolutely. It's an honor. It's a pleasure.
Oh, certainly. But yeah, I've been doing my thing for a while, man. You know, I went to Michigan State University, played 4 years in the NBA, was a college All-American as well. And I've been doing music since I was a young boy. So I'm actually doing music pretty much full time nowadays, along with my merchandise line that I just released this year, and a few other things, man. But for the most part, man, I'm just entrepreneur, independent person, doing this thing, man, out here trying to make things happen for myself, man.
What was your most?
Go ahead.
What was your most memorable moment? Was it being Grammy nominated, or was it basketball? Was it college basketball? Which one was your most memorable moment?
Man, you know what? That's funny you asked me that. I would have to say, I would have to go back to the youth days, man. I feel like basketball was great itself, but I feel like once the business started to kind of get involved, like it kind of took away a lot of the fun for me, because it was like nobody really taught me that, coming up, what I'm saying? When you're like 15, 16 years old, you playing AAU basketball, you traveling, what I'm saying? All you really want to do is get recruited by big colleges. And it became more of a business, in my teens. So I would say, definitely when I was younger, man, just working on my game in the parks, what I'm saying? Skipping school, playing basketball with the homies and stuff like that. But if you want to speak in terms of like just as far as professional level, I would definitely say like the Final Four run in Michigan State. That was actually pretty lit, man. You know what I'm saying? And, that was lit. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like being nominated for a Grammy, man, I was like, it had its own feelings. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, wanting to make it to the NBA was something that I, desired since I was a kid. So when that actually happened, man, I was like, that was a super dream come true. It changed my life. It changed my family's life. And and it was a great segue into life, period. But you know, music was always my love. So whenever when that happened, you know, that was a whole different level for me, bro. Like, so I appreciate both of them, you know what I'm saying, for what they are. But overall, man, you know, I would say my most memorable times in sports is definitely when I was a kid, man. Those times was unmatched.
Wow. So how long have you been playing? Since junior high school or elementary?
Man, I started playing basketball when I was like 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
Around the neighborhood, you know, in Detroit, on the west side of Detroit, man. You know, we was playing basketball outside, football, all that shit, man. Anything that we can actually get our hands on at that time, you know. So, you know, we used to build crates in the alleys, you know. I'm sure everybody knows exactly what that is, you know. So we built the crates in the backyard, hooping, you know what I'm saying, on rocks and shit like that. So it was cool. It was a good look.
Yeah, that's how y'all did it in the D.
That's how we had to do it until we was able to find something official, you know what I'm saying? That's all we knew. But hey, once again, I'm looking back, man. That was like some of the most dopest moments, you know what I'm saying? Our imagination was crazy.
So when did you get into music? Like, when did you desire to get into music?
Yeah, that was just in my blood. That's something I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? My dad, you know, he did his thing in bands. My mom, she did her thing in music groups around the city. I tell the story sometimes, but you know, she actually turned down a deal with Motown when she was before she had me, actually. Yeah, it was actually, I believe she was pregnant with me, let me saying, and she turned it down for whatever reason, and I'm kind of glad she did. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, considering, you know, some of the things we learned about the industry moving forward, but yeah, you know, she put the keyboard in front of my face when I was like 5. You know what I'm saying? So I started rapping when I was like 6. I was in a glee club when I was in like the 3rd grade. So, you know, music was always just, you know, that was just something that was in me, bro. It wasn't even like I can't even say it's something I picked up. It was just something I was born with, you know.
Wow. Yeah, in your blood. So what do you play instruments? Because you said she gave you a keyboard.
Yeah. Thank you. It's my birthday today. So
happy birthday. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us.
Wow. Blessings, my brother. Blessings. Thank you.
February 9th, man. Happy birthday, Mr. AGER.
Yeah, thank you,
man. You know, I live in
for
Vietnam.
sharing your birthday with us.
Thank you so much, my brother. It's a plum pleasing pleasure to have you on the show and you sharing your time with us, man. Wow. How about that? That's how God works, man, in mysterious ways. You know what I mean? But mighty ways. I know you out in Thailand, right? Am I correct?
Nah, Vietnam. Hanoi, Vietnam.
Vietnam. Wow. Okay, Vietnam. So you check all the way in from Vietnam, man. Thumbs up to you, man. Love that. I love that. So you got a school out there? What are you actually doing in Thailand? I mean,
I do have
Vietnam.
program. I have a basketball program called the MAURICE Hoop School. You know, I started that in 2013. It's a basketball youth enrichment program. I actually started when I was living in LA, and you know, I did my thing out there for years. You know, Long Beach, South Central, San Pedro, and all the way out to the suburbs, Thousand Oaks, you know, Calabasas, Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach. You know, so I was pretty much balanced out there. You know, I did it pretty much all over the country as well. You know, in different states. You know, I would have different camps and clinics and stuff like that. Did a lot of charity work with it, along with it was actually for profit too. But you know, I also did a lot of free things. You know, just for underprivileged communities, of course.
Wow.
And, yeah. That was my thing right there. And I'm still doing my thing out here now. You know what I'm saying? So I have I do private classes. You know, I do classes at international schools. So yeah, that's the MAURICE Hoop School, and you know, we will take that everywhere with us. You know, before the pandemic, you know, I was all over the place, man. I was in China with it, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and that COVID hit. It was a wrap for that for a while. Wow. So you know, I pretty much maneuvered everything I was doing to digital. You know, and I've just been basically maneuvering myself into that space ever since. And it's a process, and I'm building it up. But nonetheless, man, I enjoy the digital space even more than the actual running around all over the damn world, man. Because eventually that starts to wear on you, man. And you just want to be able to cover as much ground as possible without utilizing all your goddamn energy just to, make things happen. But the internet is allowing us to do that, just like us being here right now. You know what I'm saying? Building and doing our thing, man. On what's that? The Shiznit.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, the ribbon went out a little. Thanks to Don. Salute you. Peace, love, and respect to Don Lopez for plugging this all in. Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
Man, so shout out to her. She's been one of the person that I haven't even met her in person, but she's been like super supportive from afar, and I'm always appreciative of Dawn, man. She's super, man. She's always doing her thing, man, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you was mentioning that you sent us a beat. We actually thought we could get you to do us a Da Shiz-Nit Talent TV drop on that beat, but you sent the beat, so we gonna rap on it now. We gonna send it back to you with us on it.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's whatever. It's funny because Dawn actually sent me a message, and I feel like I read it wrong, but I know I made a beat called Shiznit. It was like I sampled the old Snoop Dogg joint.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, whatever you need, man. If I throw a drop on there, man, that's cool. I got you.
Oh, for sure, man. That'll be appreciated, man. That's highly favored from God, y'all.
Yes,
I love
it
that, man. That's wow.
So
what time is it? I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
I was just gonna ask them what time it was out there.
It's 10 a.m.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, it's a good. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is pushing the line of Respect Thursdays. We pay homage to legends such as yourself. You've been in the game. Playing your ball. You know what I mean. Now you music. Are you in the films and stuff of that nature too? Movies, films.
I'm actually, yeah, I've done my thing. Living in LA. I was always in the mix. Doing different shows, commercials. I've done music. BET, NBC Sports, different movies and stuff like that along those lines. Right now, I'm actually working with my dog Win Sarton on one of his projects, and I'm actually producing some of the music on there. Doing some scoring. But yeah. I'm definitely tapped in any way I can. Musically. Especially, I would love to be able to get more into films and production along those lines. So yeah, that's the goal overall. You know what I'm saying, to get this music and TV and film consistently. You did.
That's right. Consistently, yeah, absolutely. Stilo, you got a question for him?
Oh yeah, I was gonna just say, since you're in Vietnam, that's the newest place for you to put in the hoop school program you got going on.
Yeah. Right here, Vietnam.
It says that you got it everywhere on of course in America, Canada, Spain, and now you took it to Vietnam, right?
Yeah. I've covered a lot of ground. I used to have a program where we fly out to different countries and do like 2-day clinics, and like I said, that was before COVID. So I had to kind of switch up my structure, from that point. So right now I just do we got private classes and stuff we do.
Well, that's a blessing. Yeah. You work? Did you work with one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony, Lazy Bone?
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Major Williams. He's doing his thing out there in LA. He set up a track with him on it. It was featuring Lazy Bone, which was actually a dream come true for me, man, because I was the biggest Bone Thugs and Harmony fan in middle school, and Lazy Bone was always my favorite artist for sure. And so working with Lazy and meeting him was like, man, that was a memorable moment for me. You know what I'm saying? Like to meet him and then him having kind of a certain respect for me. Like he knew who I was just from basketball. So it was like, damn, it was kind of dope. I feel like that was some of the coolest stuff in LA, when I was living out there, because you heard the phrase, man, every hooper want to rap, every rapper want to hoop. So it's like whenever when I first moved out there in like 2011, I would start, moving around, doing different things. Shout out to my dude TD. He was working with the game and stuff like that. So he was able to kind of move me in different situations, so I was able to meet the game and stuff like that and rock out with these guys. So it was cool that these guys actually knew me. So it was kind of like, and meeting Dr. Dre, being in the studio with him and doing some things, Big Sean, the list goes on. But Lazy Bone was definitely like one of the ones. He actually came to my studio, so that was even better,
Yeah, that's super dope. Are there any other known rappers that you worked with? Did you rap on a song with them? Did you get the chance to produce any music?
Yeah, E40, Race to 5'9". I actually got an unreleased track with Be Real from Cypress Hill. I haven't released it yet. I mean, I don't even know what I'm waiting on, but I guess I will one day. I produced. You guys familiar with Toby Nwigwe?
Yes.
Yeah, I produced his first 2 albums.
Wow.
Yeah. That was my guy. Still my guy. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to see him doing his thing. He's actually flourishing, like more than even I thought he would. You know what I'm saying? He's actually a megastar at this point. So salutes to him, man. I'm very, very proud to have been there. At a very, I would say the starting point of his career. And he's doing his thing. Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. I've produced on his albums. Who else?
You knew a guy by the name of Rockbox out of Long Beach. Yeah, he shouted you out. He said, "What's up?" And he definitely trying to connect with you again.
Yeah, I produced. I want to say 2 or 3 records for Rockbox.
Oh, okay.
Man, it's a lot, man. It's crazy you mentioned Rockbox. I never heard that name in over 10 years.
Wow.
Wow.
You produce a track on that album.
Where you guys at?
We in LA. LA. Yeah. By way of Compton, Long Beach.
I'm in the Valley right now.
All right.
Woodland Hills.
No, I did my thing at LA.
So yeah. Rockbox, he did shout you out though. He said, he did some of my first work when you was out here in LA. And that's a great thing because this thing is coming full circle. He was able to grace the stage over here as well. But I do gotta say this. It's Thursday where you are. It's Wednesday right here. And this is Greatness on Display Wednesday, man. It's an honor to have you on Greatness on Display, man. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that's amazing, man. I had to correct that because the people that's watching that's here know that today is Wednesday. So I got to make sure that they did the LOL on me, like laugh out loud. Today is Wednesday. But when I heard you say Thursday, it threw me to, like, wow, we on Thursday. Okay, but nah. It's all love, man. We Wednesday over here. It's Greatness on Display, man. And you absolutely it's great, man. I can see the greatness that you have already laid down and gonna continue to lay down, especially with doing like your school and stuff of that nature. Do you have a curriculum with that?
Definitely. It all depends on the age too. You know what I'm saying? If it's the younger groups, you know what I'm saying? We obviously we start them out for basic stuff, but for the most part, I definitely have a curriculum. It's extensive, but once again, out here in Vietnam, man, the basketball is pretty much, it's still grassroots. So I haven't really, had to get into my bag too much, but
I got
I coach a professional team out here as well. It's called the Hanoi Buffaloes. They have a league out here called the VBA, Vietnam Basketball Association. We lost in the finals, this past season. So that was actually a good experience. So I was actually able to, implement a lot more with these guys. We had 2 American players on our team, and the rest was Vietnam players. And we got popped in the playoffs, in the finals. Actually,
that's right.
They got us out of there, but it was cool.
But you made it to the playoffs.
We made it to the finals. You did.
Well, you made it to the finals. That's pretty dope. What inspired you?
Phenomenal.
Yeah. What inspired you to start the school?
Man, this happened in 2013. I was talking to one of my mentors at the time. And she told me, she was like, why don't you just start your own thing? Because at this point in time, I was still trying to move around. I was doing speaking too. I did speaking for maybe, 5-6 years. I was on the speaking circuit. So I was always looking for opportunities to go speak to the youth and this, that, and other. And it was a point in time when nobody was actually, pulling for me, or checking or trying to bring me on. I'm submitting myself. It's like, hey, she's like, you need to just do your own thing. And then from there, I was like, yeah, you're absolutely correct. And like I said, I've always been one of those independent type people. You know what I'm saying? So if I couldn't get my foot in the door, you know. So I created that mob, you know what I'm saying? So even with music, I started my own music production company in 2010, my last year in the NBA. And you know, I've been pretty much creating my own situations, you dig, and just going from there.
That's beautiful.
That's pretty much what happened with the hoops.
Did you just retire, or you left the game because of injury or something of that nature?
Nah. I left to go on my journey.
That's
you know, my last year in 2010, 2011, played 5 years professionally. Like I said, there's a lot of things that, you know, that I experienced that pushed me to, you know, make, you know, bigger decisions for myself. You did. I feel like for years, you know, I was playing basketball. You know, like I said, you start to lose a bit of the joy when you feel like everybody is kind of got their hand in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, am I even doing this for myself? It felt like more people were trying to control me, and I'm not big on people trying to control me. And it was like, that was just one thing, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's when I went on my journey. So it had nothing to do with injuries. You know, I was actually
beautiful. That's good. That's good.
I was having a pretty good run. I was 26, 27 years old. So I was still pretty young. So
wow.
So
you entered the dunking contest as well too, right?
Yeah, that was the college dunk contest, NCAA.
Wow. Now, how high do you jump? How high do you actually jump and get off the ground? Do they measure that
right now? You talking about back then or now? Like I
dunk well now. You still jumping off the ground?
Yeah. I mean, I can dunk. You know.
That's right.
Back then, I think I think I had like a running vert at like between 42 inches and like 46 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? In college, I think it was like 46 off the 1.5, and it was like 42 off the 2 feet. Yeah, so I still got some bounce, man.
That's right. That's greatness, man. Wow. Absolutely amazing. How do you handle criticism, and how does it help you to grow as an artist and producer?
Sometimes the worst and the best criticism is silence. You know, it's times where I put out stuff and nobody don't say nothing, and I don't know how to take it at times. So it's just like I take it as people ain't fucking with it. So I tend to just, it pushes me to get better. It's almost like I create. Y'all remember when Michael Jordan said in the documentary, you know, saying where he used certain things to motivate him, even if it's not true. That's kind of how at times. It's like I put stuff out even to this day, and I might not necessarily get a response. And you know, as an artist, you go through many things mentally. But for me, I always end up, I still keep creating. I still keep doing things, you know what I'm saying, that push me. Because in the end, it's all about me improving. And if I think it's dope, that's the only thing that matters. But as far as criticism, I'm used to being criticized. You know what I'm saying? When you play sports, bro, you kind of get used to having to respond to criticism in certain ways. And for me, I just use it to elevate myself.
Absolutely. That's magic. That's magic right there. Motivate yourself, man. Don't stay in the stupor if it ever happens, you know. Absolutely. You got a question, Stilo?
I was gonna say, what motivated you to do your first debut album, and why did you name it Motown?
I was actually living in Africa at that time, man. My girlfriend at the time, she's working on a film called Mad Max in Africa. And I went out there for a little over a month, and I always wanted to make an album called Motown just because just to play off the words. You know, it actually played off of, you know, the situation where my mom didn't actually move with that situation with Berry Gordy, and I felt like, you know, that was just something that was always with me. And the main thing that inspired me is the fact that I started rapping initially, right? And I started making beats when I was like 17 years old, but it got to a point where it's like, you know, I was rapping at the time and I just couldn't find beats. You know, I was actually taking old tapes and stuff like that, and like, you know, you remember when artists used to have like the last maybe 20 seconds open with no lyrics, you know, the good old days and stuff like that. So I would take that and loop that 100 times, you know what I'm saying, just to create a beat. And I was like, man, this is getting too strenuous. So I just started making beats myself. And then I took producing serious for years, and then I finally got back into rapping when I was like maybe 27, 28. But you know, at that time I was ready to, you know, tell a story all the way up until that point. You know, that's what Motown is. And Motown was actually something that kind of pulled me into this point, because Motown was definitely about the journey, you know what I'm saying? And being, you know, on a journey for both spiritually and physically, you know?
Wow.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, we keep God first over here, my brother. And so you on a blessed show. You understand me? So I like when you said that, both spiritually and, you know, physically, you got that. That's beautiful, man. Absolutely greatness on display, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Shiznit Talent TV. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We going all the way up. We finna hit the hemisphere, ladies and gentlemen, get stuck way up there with my man right here, Maurice.
Hopefully we get up out this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right.
If you know, you know, man. You know.
If you can collaborate with one artist in the game right now, who would it be?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't listen to these people no more, man. Like I kind of, you know, I really don't listen to a lot of current rappers. But if I had to pick somebody, you know, it would probably be like a J. Cole or yeah, J. Cole.
That's right.
Yeah, J. Cole. J. Cole.
I thought the second was.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys I like. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's some guys I really like. You know, of course, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Big Sean. You know, I've always liked T.I. I've always liked. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Damn, that's crazy. You got me on that one. But yeah, if I had to pick one person, yeah, it'd definitely be Cole, because you know I like his consciousness. I like his awareness. I like, you know, what he stands for. I like that he's always, you know, putting the art first. I like that he's not necessarily tapped in on having to look a certain way all the time. You know, it's all about the message with him. And I respect him overall. You know what I'm saying? He a hooper too. So, you know, I feel like he's a person that I can actually will vibe with. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha, yeah.
You know who's cold though I like is the kid Simba. Now that I think about it.
Kid Simba,
yeah.
Simeon.
Yeah, he's dope. Yeah, he's dope. I like him. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, if you throw some names out there, I might be able to connect some dots, but other than that, you know,
so what was?
Can you see? Okay, go ahead, Miss Shino.
No, tell us about your single "Forever I'm a Spartan."
Oh yeah, that was from my that was 2010. That was actually my first, I would say my first major project coming out the NBA. Or yeah, I would say so. You know, I created a theme for the football team, and I got with my boy Crimson the Black Gentleman. He's from Detroit. He's one of my favorite rap artists of all time. He's still doing his thing. He actually lives out there in California as well. I believe he's doing you know, he has a dispensary, something along those lines. Man, I don't want to misquote him, but yo, shout out to my guy. And you know, I sent him the beat. You know, he blessed it. He actually came up with the concept for Forever I'm a Spartan. And it was a dope concept because it lasts to this day, you know. So we actually followed up with a basketball version a couple years ago. It didn't do as well as the football, but yeah, that was a fun track. You know, it was actually cool to go to the game and actually hear my music on that big ass stadium. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good experience. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's pretty dope. You've done a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
Yes, you do. How do you come up with your concepts?
That's all spirit, bro. Spirit.
That's what I need to hear. Exactly.
Spirit, you know what I'm saying? And you know, spirit means experience. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not do music for a couple months. You know, get out, live, learn, grow. You know what I'm saying? Do other things, and then next thing you know, the music has content. You know what I'm saying? The ideas. I never know what I'm going to do before I sit down. Before I make music, it just comes. You know what I'm saying? And I go from there. I don't really question it. You know, and that's the cool part about being, you know, independent. There's not a lot of people around me to tell me, oh, you should do this, you should do that. You know, I don't. You know, that doesn't necessarily equate to flow for me. You know what I'm saying? So I love being able to just, you know, take an idea. You know, I do house stuff. I do fusion music. I do everything. You know what I'm saying? So that just comes from me being open-minded and allowing the spirit to flow through. and yeah, and tap in that way. You know, that's kind of how I do all things. You know, I just try to stay in that flow state.
That's right.
Can you share any obstacles you had to overcome becoming a producer?
You know, obviously the basketball thing, you know, I think that's a huge one. You know, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people that still can't, even to this day, can't look past the fact that I play basketball. There's no way you can play basketball and be good at music. So sometimes people go in with an ear already kind of discredit, you know, what I've done. But then you get a person like The Game, who was a fan of my basketball and the things that I did on the hoop court. You know, when I play beats for him, you know, he's like, oh yeah, he was already more receptive. You know what I'm saying? That you have certain people who just kind of like, you know, even to this day. But you know, obstacles currently right now, I feel like the current obstacles at this point for me is definitely, you know, the social media aspect of things, you know, dealing with the algorithms. I feel like, you know, a lot of us are dealing with these things right now, you know, just dealing with the algorithms. I believe you know, music itself is oversaturated. I think that you know, finding a consistent following, or not, I don't like the word following, but a consistent support group and people who actually dig what I'm doing is I don't want to say it's an obstacle, but it's a journey, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that I'm actively figuring out and trying to learn on my own and you know, doing my way. Because one thing I learned is I can't do nothing nobody else is doing in terms of marketing. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've had marketing managers, I've had business managers, and they will always try to just the whole like, okay, you got to do it this way. If you do it this way, it's gonna work. It never works out for me that way. So I had to learn I'm learning how to master doing it myself. You know what I'm saying? And like, okay, this is how I did it. You know, because everybody got their story on how they was able to, you know, penetrate and get things done and actually break through. So it just can't be, oh yeah, well, you do it like this. So I got to look back and be like, damn, I did it my way and it worked. And you know, doing it my way, it's taking a lot longer, but nonetheless, I'm still at peace. I still love creating. But once again, man, as an artist, you're always going to have to deal with certain things at each level. And right now, I'm at the step where I'm just kind of like, you know, not getting a lot of, you know, recognition. You know, like I said, like it's just, you know, it is what it is. But I'm not afraid of, you know, admitting that I'm at that stage right now and just. But I'm producing.
The breakthrough about to happen.
Called Mo AGER Show premieres, and it's my favorite album.
Was that? Is that the one you're about to drop right now? I mean, in this year?
Yeah, it's already out. I dropped it on Bandcamp. It's called Mo AGER Show premieres, and yeah, I like to call it Ascension Protocol music, man. It's one of those albums where it's like I'm tapping in on the importance of, you know, cleaning up, you know what I'm saying? You know, really unpopular stuff. It's like, you know, like basically cleaning your spiritual life up, cleaning your physical life up, you know, doing the inner work, staying tapped in on your spiritual self. It's different from just actual spiritual album, but it's like, you know, I'm using real stories to be like, listen, man, I think it's time for us to get this shit together, man. I feel like at this point in time in life, if we haven't really tapped in on our spiritual self on this planet, man, you know, we're not doing something right. You know,
absolutely
we're losing. You dig? So I feel like right now, that's what the album's about. And once again, that's a major challenge, knowing that the content that most people are used to and have grown themselves to like, you know, it's pretty dysfunctional and it's toxic. And you know, so you know, I have to understand that if I'm putting out something that's actually to the contrary of that, is going to have its challenges and you know, cutting through, you know, in many ways, because you know, Instagram is ran by certain people and they, you know, they want a certain look, right? They want certain things to keep the algorithm up, and it typically is shit that's destroying us, you know. So right now I'm on this purification vibes right now. It's trying to purify. That's why I came out with a new detox program called Baby Fat Water, which is a detox program. It's a free program. I put it out for people that actually want to reach out to me. I came up with a blend. I've been working on blends for years, man. You know, I'm somewhat of a baby herbalist. You know, I'm not gonna, you know.
That's right.
Somewhat, you know what I'm saying? I came up under Sabi's protege. His name is Thurston. He taught me a lot about herbs and stuff like that. So for the past 6-7 years, I've been working on different blends that that's worked for me in many ways, health wise, to clean me out and to keep me elevated and keep me in the point where I'm, you know what I'm saying, tapped in. So, you know, I come out with a blend. It's called Baby Fat Water Daily Detox Cleanser. So if anybody want to, you know, tap in with me, I'll give you the ingredients, the recipe, and, you know, and you can go from there.
Well, I'm definitely going to tap in.
Good question,
That's
sir.
a blessing.
On behalf of my boy Bayleaf, what are your thoughts on Ice Cube's Big Three?
It's fire. You know, I've always loved Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube was one of my favorite growing up, still is. I love the fact that he's always going against the grain. I love the fact that he doesn't wait for any corporations, you know, he's not waiting for any major corporations for him to get this thing going, because ultimately he's going against the system himself. So, you know, I love the Big Three. It gives the old heads opportunity to, you know, get out here and still play, make a little bread, and, you know, keep their names out there, because unfortunately, man, sometimes when you're making transitions in life, especially outside of sports, you know, people tend to forget about you. So, you know, the Big Three is allowing for some of these guys to keep their name out there so they can continue to, you know, do their thing in life, man, because life isn't over after we hoop. You know, sometimes they think just because we done playing basketball, we dead or something. So it's like it gives these guys an opportunity to really, you know, promote what they got going. Hopefully they got something going outside of basketball so they can actually, you know, promote that as well, right along with the Big Three. But I think it's great marketing. I think Ice Cube is a real G for that one, and I appreciate him. You know what I'm saying?
Another one is, would you ever participate on behalf of Mr. Bailey?
Oh, you talking about the Big Three?
Yeah. Would you ever participate on that yourself?
Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I'm straight. You know, I'm building over here in Asia, man. I feel like I said, like I did my thing in America. Not to say I won't come back and do work, but as far as playing, nah. Maybe on the business side of things, you know, if there's a avenue for me, but I'm good. I mean, I enjoy watching that from afar.
That's
and how would somebody contact you? Let people know how to contact you for the Baby Fat. What's the water called again? Is it Baby Fat?
It's called Baby Fat Water.
Okay. And how could they contact you?
Daily. They just hit me up on Instagram. Mo Ager, MOEAGER. It's my Twitter handle, man. I'm sorry, my IG handle. You know what I'm saying? So you can hit me up on there. I'll give them the program and. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. No, is that your producer name as well? If they want to look your music up. Stage name.
Yes, sir. Mo Ager. Absolutely. That's everywhere. I got music on Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, iTunes, everywhere.
Can you share a behind the scenes story from any live performance you ever done?
Yes, so I remember at Michigan State 2013. The Motown album was already out, and I went back to Michigan State for homecoming, right? And I got booked to do a show. And it was shit, man. It was, I was preparing for it for weeks, man. I was really excited about it. I get there, right, and have all my fam drive up from Detroit, and it was at a Best Western, huge. You know what I'm saying? But the lobby had like damn near 1,000-something people, just alumni, just chopping it up, whatever. But meanwhile, I was doing a show in the ballroom right next door. Like literally, all you have to do is walk from this room to that room. Show starts at 10. I'm there, you know, I'm getting ready. You know, so I did the mic check and everything. I'm like, all right, cool. This is about to be epic, bro. Like, be able to give back to Michigan State like this, and really just show another side of me, right? You know what I'm saying? They always knew me for the hooper as a basketball player. So to show them that I can get on the mic and do my thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm waiting for the show to start. 10 o'clock, 10:15 past, 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock past, 11:30, 12 o'clock past, 12:30, 12:45. I'm still sitting back here waiting for people to come in. Nobody shows up.
Wow.
1 o'clock, nobody shows up. Nobody comes in. Nobody. I mean, only people that was there was me, the DJ, and the bartenders. I was way in the back. I was talking to them motherfuckers like, hey, yo, y'all hear me?
So did you perform still, or did you just ended the show or whatever?
In my imagination, yeah. In my mind, no. So I ended up leaving, man. You know, I ended up getting out of there, man. You know, I was a little heated, but I kept it cool. You know, my family. You ended up going to a party somewhere. It was still homecoming, so I wasn't about to, you know, just let it completely
dwindle away. Yeah, let the night.
Yeah, they did me dirty up there, man. You know what I'm saying? So this happened at Michigan State. It's a Friday night. Nobody showed to my show. Michigan State alumni, Mo AGER. Everybody know me. It was a great test for my ego. It was a lesson for my ego, I guess. I'm gonna leave it at that, because I definitely could have turned up on them. I could have went, like, yo, what's good? You know, I could have got at the promoter, like, yo, what's going on? Like, obviously there was some moving pieces why this thing didn't happen. You know, I took it personal, but I didn't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I went out, had a good time, had a good weekend, and Monday night I get back to LA. You know, I did a little charity basketball event with one of my friends, whatever. And my homie LP called me. It was like in the evening, like 6:30. I'm coming back. He's like, what's good, man? He like, yo, you know, one of our songs got nominated for a Grammy, bro.
Wow.
Like, what song? I'm like, the thing is, you know, I didn't submit no song. He's like, yeah, it was submitted. You know what I'm saying? The Grammy committee, they actually put it up for consideration. It was actually on the ballot. It didn't make the top 5, but it was like on the ballot. You know what I'm saying? It was consideration. And for the best rap collaboration song. You know what I'm saying? It was called Far From Home. And I just felt like we're talking about the spirit and how things actually align, man. I was super aligned. But it come after being dissed at Michigan State. Then Monday I get nominated for a Grammy. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like polarity shifted so fast for me. So I feel like we talk about good memorable moments. That's a good one for me, man, just because it was like, it showed me a lot. It taught me a lot. Handle situations right. I don't know if I would have got that Grammy situation if I had cussed everybody out. Who knows?
Wow, I got you. Yeah.
I handled it proper. And then on Monday night, you know, Grammy nom, you know what I'm saying? All in the same 2 or 3 day span. So, you know, that's how, like you said, the Most High work in mysterious ways.
Absolutely. The mighty ways. See, the mighty. I got a question that I ask everybody on this show, and that question is, what's your top 5 most legendary artists here today or already gone on home to the Father? Any genre of music, and it can be a combination of producer, artist, you know what I mean? Or it could be like a group as an artist, you know, as one.
Okay. All right. Marvin
and just
Gaye.
Tell us a little bit of why you choose them.
Marvin Gaye, he's my favorite artist of all time. You know, Mom's put me up on him early. You know, his music was, I like his music. You know, he made a lot of dark music, and I feel like it was more dark, emotional. It represented where we was from, Detroit. You know, he's from DC, but you know, he lived in Detroit as well. But I feel like the soulfulness that Marvin Gaye brought, you know, really connected with me on a different level. And like I said, that Motown connection was huge for me. Earth, Wind and Fire, because you know, just they one of the first groups, or the only groups that I've heard of that came from like the 70s and stuff like that didn't have any crazy fallouts. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear no stories about them being on drugs and nothing like that. They was like, because they was really spiritual, man. You could look at, it was tapped in. It was really tapped in on, you know, different things consciously.
Wow.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Earth, Wind and Fire for sure.
That's
so
two.
Shout out to Maurice White. His brother passed last month. So yeah,
wow.
Earth, Wind and Fire is amazing.
Wow.
Third, I would have to go with I like Bob Marley.
Iconic legend.
What he stood for. You know what I'm saying? His music was enjoyable, but yeah, I like him. I like him more so what he stood for as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And some of the things that he was trying to produce in the world, and he did it. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I mean, I can go somewhere right now and see Bob Marley's face on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Just because he stood for a certain frequency of peace, and I think that that really connected with people. Historically, I would have to still say Tupac. I would have to throw Tupac in there.
That's right. That's right. Most people do. That's crazy.
Yeah. He meant a lot in my childhood. And this top 5 is very difficult, by the way, man. But I'm gonna go ahead. Like I can have 20 top fives, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead.
That's right.
I'm gonna throw Bone Thugs and Harmony in there for what they meant for me
That's
as a
right.
child, man.
Wow. Wow. Iconic legends as well, man. A great top five, man. Great top five.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I can go all day with that one, man, because it's, you know, we still got yeah, man.
So, okay, have you heard of the Hip Hop Alliance?
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with it, but I heard about it.
You should join in, man, and be a part of it. With the things you're doing out there in Vietnam, we'll definitely connect with what we're doing on the West Coast, on the East Coast, and all around the globe. If you can right now, because what they're doing is doing a thing called Stop the Violence in Hip Hop. If you could leave a solution on the table for the youth of tomorrow to stop violence in hip hop, what would it be?
I think the youth right now, they need guidance. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to help them learn how to heal themselves, man. They need people to show them how to, you know, connect themselves to their spiritual consciousness. I don't think it's just a thing where somebody could just stop certain things. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to the root problems. You know what I'm saying? So what are the root causes of what's causing violence? You know, so I feel like, you know, if we really want to get down to nitty gritty, we would have to tackle the root causes on what's causing it. You know what I'm saying? And how it was caused. So I feel like educating them about, you know, the history of where hip hop has come from, how hip hop was infiltrated, how hip hop has been used to weaponize us, and or just music in general, how it's been used to weaponize us, and then you can go from there. But that's just not a one day thing. That's a process.
No,
it's gonna take some time because there's a lot of damage done to our communities. Crack era, you know what I'm saying? Man, I can go all day. But if I had to just give them some advice right now, I would definitely say, man, you know, stay tapped in on things that the heart, you know what I'm saying? Move on your heart. You know, don't follow you in the right direction for the most part, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Absolutely.
So Don says, my friend Creed. Anyway. So what was your like biggest adjustment? Like coming out of basketball, what was the biggest adjustment, or was it just smooth sailing?
The biggest adjustment was just learning how to fill that void. You know, when you spend, you know, years and years of playing basketball, man, that's a big void. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of hours out the day. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Even in pro sports, you know, that's 9 months out the year, you know, where we actually playing basketball. So for me, it was actually filling that void and just finding productive things to do for myself. And that wasn't always a success because, you know, I found some bullshit stuff to get into a lot of times. So it's like, I think in any transition in life, you know, whatever it is, even if it's a relationship, man, you got to figure out a healthy way to fill those voids or, you know, life will fill it for you. And I don't think you want that. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, real.
Yeah, that was for me. Yeah. And, I moved to LA shortly after that. And then I'm just getting acclimated to LA and, you know, the ins and outs and how things were at that time. You know, I was in 2011. You know, I'm sure it's a lot different now. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I was having fun. I had a lot of fun, man, during that transitional period. So for me, man, it was definitely, you know, just making sure I had to, I was doing music a lot, you know, so I just made sure I did a lot of music, you know, and that's what I wanted to do. You know, and I was tapped in on doing a lot of community work as well. So that helped.
And what is, like, how do you deal with blocks when you have your creative blocks? How do you deal with those? Is there a method?
Yeah, I don't. If I'm blocked, it's meant for me to do something else. I would never force inspiration at all.
Yeah.
And I already set my life. Yeah, I already set my life up to where it's like I'm not necessarily just making music for, you know, just it's just different. So it's like if I'm not feeling it, man, it's over. I'm doing something else, man.
Yeah.
I'll tap back in. It'll come back around. You know, it just
yeah.
But you know, once again, it all depends on what area you're in. Like if you have to make music in order to like let's say somebody like paying you for a beat, well then you have to you have to maneuver that way. But willpower will, if that's the case, you might have to use some willpower. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people talk about the importance of willpower as much as they used to. Just because we live in an era now where it's just manifest it and thinking stuff supposed to have. Sometimes you got to use your willpower, man.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. How do you come up with beats? Like, is it something catches your ear driving, or you sit down and
yeah. So whenever honestly, I just go through samples, loops. I feel like those are the easiest way. So I go through a lot of different loops and samples and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, just honestly, I don't make beats the way I used to. I used to make beats from start to finish, where I would just kick, drum, snare, transitions, melodies, bridge. Now, if I get a melody that I like, I'll throw a regular drum pattern over it, and then I'll record my vocals, and then I build the beat around it from that point. So it's just like I got pre-production, and then I got production, and then I got post-production. So it's kind of hard for me to like sit down and just bang out a bunch of beats now. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of something that I did when I was younger in my production days. But nowadays, I'm building full songs out. Even if it's somebody that wants a record, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give them a hook. I damn near might throw a verse on there just to give them the idea moving forward. Yeah. And as we all know, man, artists, they do a lot better when they get a hook on there or, some type of direction. So for me, it's all about producing, and I love making, beat making is fun, but it's just as fun as, building out full tracks now.
So
okay, go ahead.
No, are there any parallels mentally when you're preparing to play basketball during your career in producing music, like like performing?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think there's a point in time where you got to dig in, do a little meditating. Those are two things, because we all know that all things is mental. So it's like if you taking the time to mentally prepare yourself for whatever you're doing, what I'm saying, you got a greater chance at succeeding in it. So before I used to hoop, I would always do my prayer and meditation. I would actually read scriptures. I'm saying, I read some scriptures, and align myself and just give myself the confidence that I need going out there, spiritually. I'm a firm believer in going inside first. Spirit, and then the physical. Comes from that point. You know what I'm saying? You walk in the spirit, and then you tap in on whatever it is you need to do. Like even before this interview, like I didn't know what I was gonna say. So I just trust the spirit to guide me. I trust you as great interviewers to ask me the right questions, and then I get out the way. And it's really that flow state. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you guys get a chance, look up what the flow state is. You want to get into that, and in all things pretty much.
Absolutely. So while we on this subject right here, I just need to ask this one good one I usually ask. How has your faith in God played a role in your life, and career as an artist and, basketball player?
Yeah, it's all connected for me. I feel like I can't have one without the other. I understand that I'm here on a specific mission. I'm here to grow, evolve myself, serve, support other people, balance out my life, learn from all the mistakes, what I'm saying, and tap into wisdom. So, the Most High God is definitely, absolutely most. They say, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things be added unto you. And that goes back to what I was just saying. You can't do anything. I don't do anything without, making sure I'm staying, tapping in first. So it is everything, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe once you go into it with that mentality, I think the quality of whatever you're doing is going to end up being a little higher, you know what I'm saying? And not to say I've always been that way. There's times where, obviously, you know what I'm saying, in life, you ain't gonna always be at your best, but when I was at my best and when I am at my best is when I'm going inside out.
Yeah, exactly. When you put God first, I feel you. That's the same way it feels when I do that. When I put him first, man, it seems like my whole direction is focused. I'm on the right path for righteousness. I ain't doing nothing outside of what's wrong. And it's just good. It's a good feeling, man, that I get when I do it that way. Keeping God first.
Yeah. Definitely. And it's crazy. Like, that route, it takes longer. It is definitely one of those. They said fast money's for the devil, you know, slow money's for God. You know what I'm saying? So it's like God is more interested in the growth and development, the service, and the people that you actually connect with, versus, you know, the actual outcomes that we always tend to want fast. So it's better that we, and you know, I say take the elevator is, you know, you take the elevator up, but taking the steps is where you go get that muscle memory. You go when you get to the top, you're going to be able to maneuver and stay in that space because you saw a lot more things by taking the steps up. You know what I'm saying? And the character that you build when you get there is going to keep you there. And once again, it's bigger than just, you know, just being successful here. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we need to take back with us because we all go transition one day. We just want to be able to look back and go, all right, did I do it the right way or did I do it for the wrong reasons? You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of what we're dealing with now. You know, that's kind of what I'm on. Not kind of, that's definitely what I'm on. It's like preparing myself.
Stilo.
Yes, sir.
Can you play one of them head knockers? Let him hear how you coming as a beat maker. See if maybe y'all can collab or something one day. Yeah, he got some tracks, man. He want to, you know, let you put your ears on it and see if you like his style to get down. I was going to ask you too, right before you do that, Stilo, what would you consider your style like, your music?
I'm well versed. I'm one of those artists where it's like, you know, I'm not the one who's gonna be like, hey man, I need something like this. Or never. Like, just send me something that you feel is dope, and if I connect with it, I do it, man. Like I said, I love making all type of music, man. House music, dance music, hip hop, jazz music. Yeah, I'm open, man.
Okay, for sure. Let him hear something, Stilo.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, my brother.
For sure.
Welcome to the Shiz-Nit Talent TV, y'all. We in the house with the Blue Mosquito, Maurice AGER in the house, right here on the Shiz-Nit Talent TV. You know how we get down. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that joint knocking. That's definitely West Coast. Yeah, I grew up on. Honestly, West Coast hip hop was my favorite growing up, man. So it's like, yeah, I've always been connected to that sound, man. Like, that's dope. That joint hit hard, man.
That's right.
Sir.
So, do you prefer analog or digital? He'll usually ask that question, but I like to ask it from time to time just to see your response.
Or do you do both?
Yeah, both. It's funny because this new album that I put out, MAVERICK Show premieres, is pretty much it gave me the opportunity to tap in on some digital to analog because you can buy the vinyl. So it's like the vinyl is like the closest thing to analog we're gonna get these days. But I mean, obviously, I started off analog. You know what I'm saying? I started off with hardware and stuff like that. But for the most part, man, like I said, I'm building a digital empire right now. So it's like me working with my digital space is you know, it's where it's at. Hey, it's funny because I just posted something on my I got another Instagram called MAVERICK Show. That's pretty much my brand for everything I'm right now, musically and production wise. And I I made a beat by using my mouth. That's it.
Wow.
The kicks, the melodies, the bass, the hi-hats, everything, just straight up from my mouth. So it's like, I mean, that's pretty analog. You know what I'm saying?
That's greatness on display, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's greatness on display, bro. Wow, that's talent.
I posted that last night.
Now, if you do use software, do you mind if I ask what software programs you prefer?
I've been using FL Studio since 99.
Wow, that's been a long time. So you kind of wait for that one, man. You can do everything on that FL Studio. Put down a beat, record, and get it out, master it, all at once.
You can actually hook up analog, equipment to it as well. MIDI keyboards, MPCs. Yeah. So it's pretty compatible with anything. Turntables. So it's Yeah, man. FL Studio is
FL Studio is
one of my favorite.
Real flexible. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope. I like it. I use it.
It's one of my favorite gifts in life, man. FL Studio.
That's right.
It's been there for me every step of the way, man. I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
FL Studio been there with me for every step of the way.
Your video momentum. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, I recorded that in 2015, I want to say. Yeah, Momentum. Yeah. I love that record, man. That's a classic. You know, I feel like a lot of people still like that song. It's something that, you know, we all, you know, can use at times. You know what I'm saying? You know, gaining that momentum is very powerful, especially when you locked in. So it's like, yeah, that was cool. That's when I think that was on my Zoning album. Yeah, so the video is still out on YouTube. And yeah, Momentum. I might start dropping like different clips on Monday, Momentum Mondays, you know what I'm saying? Put a little message behind it, you know, drop like 20 seconds of the track, you know, and see if that can gain some momentum. Because
that's right. That's clever, man. Absolutely.
Momentum. Yeah.
You had a video there. Can you play it?
I sure can.
Absolutely.
Hold on 1 minute. Here we go with Momentum by Mo AGER.
Gain the momentum. I'm gaining 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 momentum. About to light the city up like Tesla. And they down underneath like it's Groundhog Day. Man, they scared of the press. Drake and Big Sean ain't the only ones out here getting blessings. It all depends what you consider a blessing. I consider it cool when all my bros in the sky like Jetsons. I'm a living legend from the D, used to live in the projects. Now I'm passporting overseas, headed to Belize. Man, they staring at me, I'm a foreign object. I done made a lot of moves, gaining momentum. Free agent team maker, but I'm looking like the #1 prospect. They complain about their jobs, but they sticking to the program. Tell me why you ain't a boss yet. Cause I done made a decision to go left when everybody else thought it was better for me to stay in the league. Cause I done paved the way to do whatever I please. And at the time it felt better to leave. Look, I made a choice that was better for me. Cause I was ready to spread my wings and fly away. And be my own boss, it was better for Reese. And credit to God, I done made it to the higher level, made it to the higher elite. And doing everything I aspire to be. And I don't need another man firing me. I'd rather fall off on my own and still land on my feet. And don't compare me with no other hoopers when it comes to making music, cause I do it in my sleep. And you still hibernating on me? It's all good, little homie, rest in peace. I'm gaining momentum, I'm gaining momentum. 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 Look, I spend hours on my Twitter account replying to all of my people, working to the rooster croak. I done been around the world twice and back, trying to get the whole crew to go. I'ma go so hard to the heavens, say that's enough, AGER. You done made it to the theaters, you done maxed out. I'ma do the most with my life, you gon' live and die a hater. I'm annihilate, I'm dilated now, cause my mind is open to the higher knowledge. Higher learning, cause I read it for myself. Shout out Tyra Banks, I hold my F's. Man, they rather see us die on the steps. Man, they scared for the black man, they get a little bit of knowledge. There's more people in the prison than it is up in college. Real talk, man, I got to be honest. Tom Izzo made a promise to my mama that I would graduate. And I made it to the day with the cap and gown, man, thank God for the right away. And we done been broke for years. Now we enjoy the finer things. We in the final days. And the devil's in his hideaway. I'm gaining momentum, I'm gaining momentum. I'm gaining momentum, I'm gaining momentum. I'm gaining momentum, I'm gaining momentum. I'm gaining momentum, I'm gaining momentum, I'm gaining momentum. What up, though? Zone. Bonus. Should have just put this on the album, man. Skip it. Whatever. Peace.
You got flow.
Wow.
It's crazy listening to it. I'm just like, damn. Like,
gotta stretch back and come back.
I listened to that flow and I was like,
bam. Had to stamp it greatness, my brother. That was dope. I like that. Uniquely flowed, man. You got lyrics.
Appreciate it.
Wow. How long did it take you to write that?
Appreciate it. It's crazy. I don't remember. But it's just funny, like listening to it. I'm just like, damn, like the content is still relevant today. Obviously, you know, the flow is a little, you know, the flow may be changed up. You know, I don't really rap like that no more. But it's kind of dope to see that, you know, I was on the path then. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just staying on the path is the most important thing, man. And that's the hardest part, man. Just staying on the path. But that was cool. Sometimes, you know, it's sometimes it's kind of weird. Stilo, is it weird for you to listen to like your old beats and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it is, because I can listen to something that I did back in 2004 and I'll be like, damn, I did that one. You know what I mean? Like it's
right. You like,
yeah,
man.
You know,
like,
because
man,
from then
to like
now,
you got so much better after that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you look back at that, you hear something you haven't heard for a couple of years, and then you be like, damn, I could have did it like this. I don't know why I did it like that. But I mean, it still sound good. You know what I mean? But to you, it's like, man, I should have did better than that. You know what I mean? But it's still good.
That's kind of that's how you feel as an artist. Because it's like you listening to it, you like you kind of like kind of like cringing a little bit, but to the listener, that's new to them.
Right.
It's still new to them, but in your mind, you're like,
how far back made it,
all right.
It's still gonna be new to somebody that just barely hearing that. So, you know, it just because I played tracks that I did, like I said, 2004. I got tracks that I did in 2002, and I hear like one person to hear it. Nobody ain't never heard it but myself. But when that person hears it, they're like, "Oh shit, that's dope," and I was like, "Really?" You know what I mean? Like, but no, it is what it is, man. But I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's pretty dope, though. Tell us about your video, Bad Habits. Because you went from momentum to bad habits.
That shows you the journey, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, in between that, you know, I think I dropped that in 2021. You know, bad habits is basically just, you know, when you're on this path, you know, you pick up bad habits, whether they're from ones you developed or, you know, some of them come from your lineage, your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all have people in our family who struggle with liquor, you know what I mean? Over sexualization, you know, all of these things. Remember, we was talking earlier about, you know, helping the youth and, you know, and in terms of, you know, how can we help them make better choices musically and stuff like that. That goes back to the bad habits. It's like, all right, why are we doing these bad habits? You dig? So it's like, a lot of times, like I said, it goes back to the root problem. You have uncles, you have mothers, you have fathers who struggle with certain things that you pick up. You dig? But it's up to you to actually recognize it and do whatever you got to do, and as far as willpower to change it. Because, like I said, it's easier to be like, oh man, you got to stop doing that. But it's like, damn, why am I doing this, man? Why am I addicted to something? You know what I'm saying? So it's like once you figure out what a problem is, like, all right, shit, there it is right there. You clean that up, and then you're able to actually fix the habit. And then you know how important it is to clean that habit up, because you don't want to pass down these bad habits to the next generation. You want to put these bad habits out into the world, because at the end of the day, collectively, we're supposed to be in this place up. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree. So individually, these bad habits are the things that we need to go ahead and start nipping in the bud. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you don't want to leave here with that in you. Period. So it's like bad habits was a fun way of me being able to, kind of talk about some of those things.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty dope.
That's pretty dope right there. I feel what he's coming from because I got something that I'm doing that's similar, and I'm kind of looking back at when I was growing up, in my family ways, it wasn't always good, man. It wasn't always good. So once I grew up and then I had kids, I was saying to myself, I gotta break that. That's gotta break. You know what I mean? It's gotta come to an end, not just keep going. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the problems, the
generational curse. Yeah,
it's like a curse I've seen growing up, and I was like, once I got big and I had kids, I was like, man, this thing can't go with my kids. So I taught my kids and said, man, you know what? Y'all better be good with each other. Your brothers, your sisters, never have that division. You know what I mean? You guys got to be good with each other, respect each other, love one another, no matter what. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, I'm gonna throw it out there. When I was growing up, it wasn't always pretty in my family, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
Rough times, man, and it's crazy. And I always wonder, why in the hell do family members got to treat each other that way? You know what I mean? But yeah,
I think it's deep. I think the worst part about that is the fact that with bad habits, we use those as ways to justify the habit. Like, well, my auntie did it, my uncle did it. It runs in my blood. It's like you continue to justify the bad habits just because it was something that you was brought up on instead of recognizing it and changing it to better your life. Ultimately, man, I mean, life is better when you kill habits, man. And I'm constantly mastering myself in certain things and making sure I'm just killing these habits so I can ultimately have the best experience possible, man. That's we can get deep into it, but ultimately, man, I can have the best experience possible. So it's good that you recognize that too, fam, so you can actually continue to move forward, man, and just have a crispy life, man. You feel me?
Yeah,
absolutely. You're right about that. Hey, can you share any goals or aspirations you have for the future?
Physically, man, right now I just want to get this digital empire off the ground, man. I want to get the MAURICE show popping. I got the YouTube channel, music, skits.
We're gonna support all of that. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I feel like my merchandise line I started this year is dope, man. I designed 26 new designs. That's up on my well, I'm actually using Teespring at the moment, so I shoot all that stuff to y'all, man. So I take
absolutely.
I take moments and then I design moments and I make it like a pretty much a design, and I throw it on merchandise, shirts, hoodies, bucket hats, book bags, you name it. So it's like I'm really, really excited about getting this merch line cracking, because everything is actually, like you said earlier in the show, man, everything's coming full circle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with the MAURICE show, man, that's actually an implication of the sports, music, the comedy, the everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm tapped in on right now. Just getting that digital empire cracking, and then spiritually, man, just being able to help people clean, man. That's why we got the baby fat detox cleanser, man, just to help people, even if they don't use my cleanser, there's plenty of cleansers out there, man. I think this is the time to just start, taking that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think for years I kind of neglected how important health is, man, until I went to the hospital in June, man. I almost died from a gastric infection. My appendix was about to erupt. So, between this year and the year before that, I was already having appendix problems. So that put me in a space where I'm just like, I really learned a lot about how important it is to keep the gut clean. You know what I'm saying? Because they say that your gut is another brain, and that's where your intuition is. So if that's where your intuition is, oh man, we got to keep that clean so you can actually think clearly. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually be able to peep some bullshit when you know what I'm saying. Your intuition is right there. I'm sure we all feel it. So I feel like I became a lot more passionate about cleaning that stomach out, and that's why baby fat water is something that I feel that can help people. But nonetheless, man, I'm still sending out the signal like, hey, listen, you ain't gotta rock with what I'm doing. Just go over here and figure out a way to clean yourself up, because the more people on this planet that raise their vibrational frequency, the easier it is for the heavens to actually help move us along. And during these
absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
If you want to call it that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, praise God, you're okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Jesus. Glory to his mighty name. Absolutely. So if you could leave a scripture with us, what would it be?
My favorite scripture right now, man, is my go-to right now. Seek ye first kingdom, God, and his righteousness, and all these things be added unto you. Somebody can get that one. I'm sure that's but
oh yeah,
the reason why I would
absolutely.
pick that
We're gonna pull it up and get it, lock it in, because that's what we do over here, man. We from time to time read scriptures, we have artists pray over the show, all kind of things, man, just to keep God on the horizon, in front of all of it, because we don't do it unless we put him first. You understand me? That's what we do over here on the Shiznit Talent TV going forward. We paying it forward, actually. This is like a legacy show that a young child will be able to see 10, 20, 30 years from now and have some great knowledge and messages coming from it. Nuggets. I'm talking about grand nuggets. You came with some mighty, mighty powerful words, man. And I love that in you. You know what I mean?
I appreciate
Continue
it.
to do what you do. Go ahead.
And that goes back to what you said, man, just that divine alignment, because what I'm about, it's not a lot of people coming reaching out for that type of message, because right now we living in a world where we already know what it is. We know what people want to hear. You know what I mean? This is where what I represent, it represents accountability. You know what I'm saying? Getting yourself together in terms of spirituality. And like I said, for me to be connected with you guys, you ask me the right questions. It's not nothing along the lines of no. I understand. I believe in toxic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not toxic. I believe in balance, but I don't necessarily believe in toxicity like that. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that's moving the needle constantly. So it's like what they say: many are called, few are chosen. So that means that the message that I have and the things that I'm going to produce, it might not be a lot of people reaching out to me to be able to talk like this, because it's not the popular thing, but it's the needed thing. I believe
it's the needed. Exactly.
I believe that what I represent, it represents what's going to help heal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but it's a start. You know what I'm saying? It's along the lines of what we can do as a consciousness. I'm aligning the spirituality with the consciousness and with the body. You did, and then being able to bring it all together so you can ultimately become the greatest version of yourself, right?
Absolutely,
do good things. So, that's the main challenge. I talked about earlier about getting my music out there and other, but it's like really being who I am and not necessarily feeling like I have to, compromise who I am in order to get attention. You dig? So it's like if I have to do those things to get attention, it's not even worth it. And a lot of these law of attraction teachers, these are the things that they forget to tell you. It's like, oh, you can have anything you want. You can have this, that, and the other, but at what cost?
Right.
But what that cost? But at what cost? Like, what are you willing? And at this point, man, I'd have made it this far on the game, man. I feel like, quality is better than quantity. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to stick with that.
Definitely.
You're absolutely correct. Wow,
I just think keep putting it out, because I think it's that's something people are thirsting for. It's just that the radio is pushing something other than. And I was watching an interview, and one of the executives said, I think it was in like $2 million. Like if you want to get your stuff on the radio, $2 million. And then and in one show, the lady said to make your she can help you make your song go viral, but it's gonna cost you $80,000. So it's a matter. So yeah, pay to play. But I do think people are thirsty for that, because if you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of spiritual channels with millions of views. So people are thirsty for the type of stuff that you're putting out there. So
that's true.
Just keep putting it out, because somebody's out there looking for it, and eventually they're gonna hear it.
Absolutely. And I would be completely honest, man. I'm my material is pretty edgy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all the way just clean, but the message is always there. You know what I'm saying? The power and the message is always there. The intention is always there. And And that's what it is. You just said it perfectly. It's like, I know it's there. You know, I just need to be able to connect with those people who are actually looking for me and what I have to offer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And bridging the gap in that way. And I feel like once that happens, it's ball game. We good. Because it's about, it ain't like.
No, I was just gonna say, someone told me if you have $1 and you're starting a company, 99 cents better be towards marketing. So that's it. You just gotta market your stuff. And maybe get a digital marketer. That's it. Because so people could see it. Like I say this all the time. You'll hear me say this all the time. Putting out music is like being in the middle of the ocean. If nobody sees the signal, you're gonna be stuck out there. So somebody got to see the signal, and the only way you're gonna get it out there, you know, is market it. But people are thirsty for that, believe it or not.
Yeah. You know, I feel like that's probably been my main obstacle. You know, I feel like I've been pretty good at a lot of things. You know, I'm multi-talented, but you know, just marketing, that's not necessarily my niche. You know what I'm saying? Especially with you know, the way that the algorithms work. You know, just to ad, like you got to, you know, paying for ads on Instagram. That still doesn't necessarily equate. You know, so it's like I said, it's something that I have to figure out along the way. But you know, shows like this help. You know what I'm saying? People spreading the word.
Absolutely.
It helps, you know, because you know when like word of mouth is the greatest marketing. So it's like
most definitely
interviews, and you know,
most definitely.
And, you know, next thing you know, I follow a lot of people. I end up following people just because I see them on a I might see them on a podcast or interview or something like that. You know, and I might go sub to them and because you know, they talking my language. But you know, I tap in with.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, like I say, we subscribe to you too. We gonna follow all your stuff. And you know, this is your second home, my brother. You always welcome over here. You can come back anytime. Anytime. You hear me? Anytime. You say something?
That's love, man.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate it,
And
man. That's love.
We're trying to you know, collaborate with you on sending artists that way and everything when you're ready to get your show up and going and everything. Talent. Because that's what we do over here. We searching for talent, man. That God-given gift that somebody has that's in the ghetto. You understand me? We know that ghetto got talent. We got a show we do over here called that too. So yeah, and yeah, we'll definitely be working with you to shoot you talent and everything like that, so we can stay in cahoots. You know what I mean? Stay connected.
No.
You know?
Nah, I love it, man. That's what it's about, man. Connecting with other people that's on your mind frame, man. That's a beautiful thing. You know, to connect with other people that's on the path with you, man. You know, what they say, being equally yoked, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Go ahead. Who said something? Well, I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to let the world know before you go? I don't know if you're ready to go yet, but you know, we still here. I got questions to ask you, but I don't, want to burn you out or nothing. I know it's early out there, right? Okay. So if you were stranded on an island and you can only bring one album, not yours, what album would that be?
Dang. That would be
I like where they scratched their head.
One album. I just had to say any Marvin Gaye album.
Any Marvin Gaye. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I had to say any Marvin Gaye.
That's amazing. Wow.
Marvin.
That's crazy, man. Thought about Michael Jackson. Dang. Because I was thinking about like Thriller or something like that, because I might need that energy. Like Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, that might be a little more depressing. Like
you're gonna be by yourself in that island there with one album.
Like yeah, I might have to go with like Thriller or something, dog. Like off the wall or something.
That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Not at all.
Tell us about your merchandise. You said you capture moments. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, so you know, I got album covers that I created, song covers that I created, you know, different shows where I do, like when I may do a concert or something, you know, I take those photos, you know, and I make designs around it, and then I put it on the, you know, hoodies, mugs, t-shirts, hats, book bags, iPhone covers, Nintendo Switch covers, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's basically, and then I take concepts as well, you know, I take concepts and you know, little funny little concepts. I have different characters within the MAURICE show that I have. I have a character named Uncle Sly. You know, he has a line as well. You know, video game stuff. What else we have? Yeah, that's pretty much it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a haircut the other day, right? Got a fresh body and whatever, and the ambiance was so dope. It was like nice little colorful ambiance. You know, so I took a picture there and captured the background. I took that and I designed the cover around it and then put it on merch. So, you know, it all depends. Like if I see something dope, we'll go take a picture of it. You know, we go make something out of it. So, you know, I'm just trying to use my environment to make something out of nothing.
That's dope.
What's the name of your merchandise again? And tell the people where they can find it?
It's Mo AGER Show apparel, and then it's on Teespring. And that's Masa, M-A-S-A. Mo AGER Show apparel.
That's pretty dope. You should have had some with you. You could have held it up and showed us what it is.
Yeah, I know, right? I actually just started the line maybe a few weeks ago.
Oh wow!
So so I don't even have inventory at this point, but you know, Teespring, they have all the inventory. So I just pretty much, I like working with Teespring and companies like that, because I had a company when I was actually doing merchandise a few years ago, and failed epically, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do a good job. You know, I figured that just wasn't for me, man. It was a lot of things that I just didn't do well with it. So I learned from those mistakes. So now I work with a third-party company who pretty much manufacture everything, you know, and they ship everything as well. So that takes a lot of because me being over in Vietnam, man, it made shipping so hard and difficult, man. So, you know, that was, you know, things that I learned from, you know, just being tapped in with the merchandise stuff. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys my Instagram for that as well. You know what I'm saying? You can go through my Instagram and look at all the designs. I have 3 different Instagrams. I have the Mo AGER, my regular Instagram, and I have the Mo AGER Show, MOEAGER Show. That's all my production stuff, music, skits, vlogs, voiceovers, concept stuff. I do a lot of funny stuff on there, man, you know. Then Mo AGER Show apparel. So I'll make sure you guys have all these handles, you know. So that's what I'm doing, man. I'm trying to build this digital empire so I can just live. And, you know, we was talking about going viral earlier, man. I think for me, I'm never looking for a viral moment. I don't think about going viral. Yeah. That's not something that I'm actually really interested in, because I feel like if you go viral, you have to be able to recreate that, you know what I'm saying, and do it again, And for me personally, I'd rather just kind of build myself up steady so I can continue to do things that I know I can create over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Viral moments, that shit might be somebody falling off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the next you know, they're viral. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for me, man, I had to be able to replicate it. And so that's what I'm doing now, man. The things that I'm doing, I know I can always do over and over again. Continue to put out there and build it up steady, man, no matter how long it takes.
Well, you're pretty motivated, and if you do go viral, I don't think you'll have a problem replicating it. Yeah. So you seem pretty self-motivated and smart. So I don't see you having a problem. But you know, you don't need to be famous to make a living, and like you said, you basically want to be happy. It's all about being happy and making a living doing something you love.
Mm-hmm. Healthy, man. Healthy. Fame is a drug. Mm-hmm. Fame is a real drug, and we've seen it happen to the best of them. And I'm good. You know, I just rather have a durable living. You know what I'm saying? Have a healthy community of people who rock with what I'm doing, and work from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple. Like I've had opportunities to go that route. but I'm good. God chose me to go other ways, and I'm gonna go ahead and rock with that.
Absolutely. Oh, so going back to the school, do you see what's the age of the kids you work with out there? You know, I know you said you coach for adults as well, but like the kids.
Yeah. The kids, I go from anywhere from I say anywhere between 9 and you got 9 and 12, 9 and 13, and then 13, 14, all the way up to like 17, and then some young adults. Young adults
now,
as well.
Do you see any like breakouts kind of stars? Can you see a star in a kid, like a basketball star in a kid at that age?
In America, for sure. Out here, nah.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. In America, yeah, you can tell who could be nice when they little. You know what I'm saying? But out here, nah, man, that's not even a thing.
Wow.
Not even close.
Nah. They big on education out here, man. That's like the thing. Like sports is kind of like something to do. You know, you might find 1 or 2 that's actually passionate about it, but this Asia, you know what I'm saying? It's they go to school damn near 6-7 days of the week. You know what I'm saying? So the basketball is growing, and the parents are recognizing that it's a good way for the children to actually learn English through interactive studies, they like to call it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a niche, but I don't see no stars out here. No way.
Hey, Maurice Ager, I know my boy Blu-ray mentioned it earlier about Rockbox giving a holler at you. He wanted me to ask you, is there any way he can get in contact with you? So he asked me if I can give you his number and probably through your Instagram or something.
Yeah. IG is the easiest way. Then,
okay,
we can go from there.
I want to touch bases with you because he did mention to me that you produced a couple of tracks, if not 1 or 2, on that album. Rabbit Got the Gun. You don't remember?
Yeah. Wow.
So he asked me. He said, "Holler at him for me, man. Tell him, give him my number because I want to touch bases with him again. Probably want to do some more tracks or something, man. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but."
If nothing else, it'll be good to hear from him in a minute.
Absolutely. You said it was about 10 years, huh?
Yeah, probably longer than that.
Oh, that's a little longer than that. Wow. Absolutely. That's amazing, man. Wow. So do you travel back and forth from there and here, or do you basically stationed out there for a while? Did you hear me?
Yeah. Now I'm pretty much stationary here for now. Like ever since COVID, I haven't really done traveling outside of Vietnam. So I've just pretty much been here. Yeah. Okay. I haven't been back to America since 2017. So it's been a minute.
Oh, it's been a nice little minute, huh? And so producing out there, so you just send your tracks over and then you go from there to get artists on your tracks like that, or how do you go about recording them?
Yeah, man, like everything's email. Like like I'm working with different artists right now. They just send stuff back and forth, and it's been like that for the past 10, 12 years musically. So we build, FaceTime and stuff like that. So it works. Some of the people's favorite artists. Yeah, that's how music is done, man. But I work with artists out here too.
Okay. What I was going to ask you, have you ever heard of this program called Soundtrap? I think it is.
Soundtrap?
Yeah.
Nah, I never heard of that.
Wow, that's a platform where you can record all across the globe from anywhere with that program right there. I haven't fully learned it, but I'm starting to use that because that's how me and Steela are going to be starting to do a lot of our stuff as well. Working with other artists, and then, huh?
Okay.
Say that again.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, check it out. And then also, man, we might get with you. We're doing a respect challenge. I got a respect challenge out there right now, and I would like for you to be a part of it if you can. do a verse of respect, your best verse of respect, a cappella. Make sure we get it, and we're gonna start working it from there. I'm trying to do a big record, you know, to pay homage to the Queen of Soul. You know who it is. Big respect to her.
Yeah, for sure.
Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin. Yeah. So
definitely,
the more verses I get, the bigger the song is gonna be. With all the verses of respect, you know, taking brothers that's, you know, from the street who are changing their life around and putting respect in their music now is one of the solutions that I have on the table for you know, stopping violence in hip hop.
You got the beat and everything?
Huh?
You have the beat already?
No, it's just a cappella. Just a cappella. A cappella verse.
Later we'll probably later on we'll put a beat around it and build it.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, it's a dope concept to do it this way, because I might can get a beat from you to put under one of the other artists, or vice versa under me, or you know what I'm saying? Because we all flow, so you might be on Stilo's beat, but it's gonna be dope. It's a dope concept that's already locked in, and we got people coming through with the verses, and so yeah, I would definitely like you to get on that, man. I think you'll be phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? It's about pushing that positive message. Go ahead, Stilo.
I was gonna say, is it something like a cipher, right? But
sort of like a cipher. Yeah. Sort of like a cipher, but it's more or less, you know, getting brothers to change their mindset, that, you know, basically put some respect in your rhyme and do the best you can and send it to us. You know what I mean? Because then we'll be able to hear exactly where it is. Huh?
I remember what on DJ K Slay did a few years ago. He had like 15, 20 different artists on the track.
Yep.
Something like that.
I like what he did. That was dope.
You exactly.
Say somebody from New York come on. They in New York in the corner, boom, boom, laying it down. And then right after that, and then somebody from Miami will come up and boom, boom.
That's sort of like what this is gonna be like. Absolutely. Yep.
That was dope. I like that.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I got a couple more questions I guess I can ask you. If Stilo, do you have any? I was waiting on Miss C-Note to come back to see if she had any more for you, but is that her coming in? Let me see. I don't know if she's coming back, but no, that's not her. Give her a couple more minutes, and then we'll probably just be able to get on up out of here. I just want to wait and see if she's gonna come back.
Are you gonna do like little clips from these segments to put them out, like different like sound bites and stuff like that?
Yeah, we would love to do that. You do that type of work? Because you can clip it up if you want and put them out. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's all love. You know what I mean? We starting to do that. Use them as shorts, little, you know, special moments in the show. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of content creators are doing now. You know what I'm saying? They take like 4 or 5 minutes of each segments and slowly releasing those, and then I guess that's kind of marketing, huh? You know what I'm saying? They doing like 4 or 5 minutes. Different parts. Yeah. And then I guess they released the whole thing later on, but you know, a lot of people are tuning in on the shorts, you know. So I mean, that'd be something. Speaking from a person who don't know nothing about marketing.
That's right. So if it was a young man, young man right now looking at this show who may have you know, been watching and said, man, I'd like to follow in his footsteps, what kind of message would you give him? It could be a female as well too, but I'm just saying, I know it's more heavily male dominated when it comes to this hip hop.
For one, they can reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have no problems, you know what I mean, guiding people and helping people in the right direction. You know, I mentor a lot of people, you know, so I have no problems doing that. But I would definitely say you gotta follow your heart.
That's it.
At this point in time, it's like, you know, following money, you know, I think we all know what it is, you know what I'm saying? We all need to make money, right? You know what I'm saying? It's inevitable. But I'm a firm believer right now more than ever, man. Just do whatever's in your heart, man. That's the most important thing. Do things you enjoy doing. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And move on inspiration. Don't don't force it. You know what I'm saying? If you're inspired to do something, that's what you should do. And if you can do it, then do it. Then don't put it off. Don't hold it off. If you have an opportunity to be able to move on an idea that spirit give you, and you hold off on it, I don't want to say that's a bad or a good thing, but I feel like if you're inspired to do something, if you can do it right then and there, like, man, there's been times I had ideas. I can be at a dinner, you know what I mean? If I got an idea, and I'll break away and go and do as much as I can for that idea right then and there, just to kind of keep the energy flowing.
Got you. Miss Shino?
Yes, I'm sorry, fellas. I'm having technical difficulties, but I'm back in at least.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you mix and master your music as well?
Yeah, I do my own. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I like mine to sound. I like my own sound. You know what I'm saying? I used to use people for years, and especially being in LA. You know, it was always hard to get stuff mixed. It was always super expensive. And then the more and more I started like just hanging around mix engineers and stuff like that, I became more fascinated with mix engineers than actual producers and artists. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones who actually sit there making certain things sound a certain way. And the main thing they told me was like, listen, man, he's like, there's really no real one way to do this. It's like, it's your sound at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's, sitting at a certain level where, people can listen. You did, but it's like, for me, I just really stopped trying to compare my sound with anybody else and just recognize like, no, my mix goes sound the way my mix sound. And so I do. And one of the things I love about my own personal mixes, I like to keep stuff a little bit dirty, a little bit. I like to keep it soulful. I don't like just clean stuff. Like, not to say that clean sounds are very important, but I like to make it still sound like a person did it.
Raw cut.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's still raw. I mean, a little ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, ghetto mix, man.
That's right. Greatness on display, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Shiz-Nit Talent TV.
Yes,
My main man, Mo AGER, man. It's been absolutely plum pleasing pleasure having you, man. It's your birthday today. I want to say again, happy birthday. Hey, man, God is awesome, man. I need you to keep God in your life. Keep doing what you're doing. This is your second home over here. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. As soon as you get something hot off the presses, make sure you come back and let us break it over here too. While you breaking it on your channel and everything, we want to extend that love out to you and help grow it. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
You
guys follow me on Instagram too, right? I think I saw.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I definitely stay linked up with y'all for sure.
Oh,
Don said happy birthday and thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So what you got? What's the rest of your day looking like since it's your birthday?
I'm cooling, man. It's raining. Thought about.
Oh, it's raining out there. Wow.
Yeah, it's been raining every day. Somebody will probably just go grub with the fam now. Cool out. Might go back to sleep. Who knows? But we got dinner later on. Okay. I'm chilling, man. I'm gonna take it easy tonight, man. Take it easy.
That's right. Wow.
Normally, you know what
I'm
saying?
Pleasure, man.
Normally I probably would be in the streets, doing those type of things, but I'm good on that this year, man. I'm gonna keep it crispy.
Okay. Keep it crispy. That's right.
And it's an honor, man. Honor to have you on, man, for real. It was a privilege to have you.
Send me some beats, homie.
Huh?
So send me some beats, dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
we're gonna hook you up. We're gonna do that. Absolutely, man.
Maybe we can build something. I don't know. Maybe I'll send you something and you're gonna add something on it. And I'm gonna be like, damn. Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But yeah, man, it was an honor having you on the show. It was an honor having you here, and we love you over here, man. You family. You know what I mean? The Shiz-Nit always will welcome you back anytime, sir. Happy birthday once again, and God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Absolutely, man. Y'all be good, man. Y'all stay crispy, man. Stay tapped in. With me, man. Whatever for me, man. I got y'all, man. Don't even hesitate. Hit me up.
For sure. We love you over here, man. The Shiz-Nit Talent TV. Y'all heard it first. Greatness on display with my man Mo AGER, man. It's all the way up. We getting stuck in the hemisphere, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all go check him out on all his platforms. Go get his music. Go get his merch. It's all up, ladies and gentlemen. I love you, my brother. We'll see you next time. It's all up.
On any Instagram, right, Ager? On anyone?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. On the Instagram.
Yeah, IG. No Ager.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Love you, man. Take care. God bless.
Thank
Prosperity in 2023 for you, man.
That's love. That's it.
All right. Absolutely. Peace, love, and respect, man. Salute.
100.
Absolutely. Another great and classic show, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all heard it first right here on the Shiz-Nit Talent TV. Man, we had a legend up in the house, a living legend that is. Man, Mo Ager, man. Hey, y'all go check him out on all his platforms. Go do the damn thing, you know. Man, a lovely journey he had, man, in this game and his music, and he's still pushing the music hard. So, yeah, we're going to extend that arm of love out to him and help push his music. You know what I mean? Play it over here, you know. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Great individual. I say great individual, great person, you know, talented, smart, business-wise, entrepreneur. Man, he's everything, man. So it was damn pleasure to have him on the Shiz-Nit for sure.
Man, absolutely, man. Wow. Thank you, Don, again. I salute you, sister. Absolutely. Nothing but love and respect. Peace.
Thank you. Salute, Don Lopez. Mucho more.
Absolutely. Yes. It's on and popping, y'all. It's on and popping. Yep. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, it's going up again. Y'all already know what to do. Is your talent boo-boo or is it the Shiz-Nit? Oh, man, we got my main man. Ooh, do y'all want? I'm going to let Stilo let y'all know who's coming in tomorrow. Who coming in, Stilo?
All right, everybody. We got Mr. Zapata the Ghost coming in tomorrow, man. So stay tuned. It's going to be another good one right here on the Shiz-Nit Talent TV. You already know how we do that. What's that, Blue?
Mr. Is it boo-boo or is it the Shiz-Nit? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. We got Zapata the Ghost coming in tomorrow. Just hype up the show with us. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? Pushing the line of respect on Thursday. So I need everybody at the sound of my voice. Make sure y'all come through tomorrow. It's going down 7 p.m. You already know the same talent channel, same talent time, as Miss C Note say. So we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here, y'all. Any last words for you, Miss C Note, since we got you back real quick?
Just much respect, much love, and as always, stay safe.
Absolutely. Stilo Beats.
Otherwise, yes, sir. Same thing, man. Much love, much respect. Keep God first, man. Just keep it pushing.
Man, you know you better keep God first. That's the ultimate plan. That's the ultimate duty. That's what we calling out for everybody to do going forward in the hip-hop industry. Put God in your life. Start reconstructing from the inside out, like my man was saying. It starts within. And so with that being said, I need everybody to stay rooted in love, stay rooted in truth, stay rooted in faith, because even if you're going through some kind of darkness, you can go through that darkness and come out on the other side a shining light, and that's greatness. God's love, greatness on display, a life of victory every day, everybody. Peace, love, and respect. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We got Zapata, the Ghost coming through. Lock in with us. We out.